to our favorite listeners and viewers, you're welcome. This is the Ordained Radio TV Gospel Ministry, where we bring you the end-time music, undiluted word of God, dynamic phrase, trending health fact and talks on love, relationship, and marriage. You are welcome back on Fit and Fabulous, the #1 health program showing on this station. And I am your host, Ajayi Adenike. And today, we are going to discuss something very important and something that is known to us, but you might not actually know some salient points we'll be discussing today. And of course, we have a health practitioner on the show today, and he's an Assistant Chief Nursing Officer right in UCH in Ibadan. Let's meet her. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, sister.
You're welcome on the show today. Thank you so much for creating time. Before we got her to come on the show today, we know how tight your schedule can be, and we appreciate you coming here today.
Thanks so much.
So let's meet you.
All right, thank you so much, my sister. I am Assistant Chief Nursing Officer Mosunmade, as she has rightly said. Working in UCH, spending about 12 years.
Wow.
At UCH.
Wow, that's a really long time. Okay, thank you so much, ma. So today we'll be talking about hydration, water hydration. I mean, a lot of us go through our day without even remembering that we need to drink water. I'm like, since I'm not feeling tasty. So we are about to know some salient points about being hydrated. So stay with us, don't go anywhere.
God bless you, my sister.
Thank you, ma.
Water constantly. The importance of water intake.
Yes.
See, when you are talking about water, it's something that will commonize. We don't really know the importance. We just know that I'm feeling thirsty and I just feel like drinking water. But it's more than that. See, it's just like the way the food is important to the body, even so is the water. And water is even more important. Wow. Yes. The reason being that, see, the food that we're taking into the body, the body don't utilize everything immediately. So when we take food, the body stores it under the skin. And that is why when you are undergoing fasting, most especially long fasting, the body will take from the one that is in your body and utilize it. But it is not like that for water. There is no storage for water in the body. No storage. Wow. That will store water. So it is the little that you take that the body utilizes. Even the water we take in a day, it's not even enough. Not to talk of storing. So that is why it is not advisable for somebody that go on long fasting not to be taking water. Because it just as we said now, if you undergo long fasting, the body will utilize food, the energy, the food nutrient from your body. But for water, there is nothing. So it means the little one that is in your body that your body will continue to utilize. And that is why, if you notice when you are in fasting, when you urinate, you see your urine is more concentrated. So that is how important the water is to the body. Now we are talking about hydration. See, hydration is an essential process of replacing the lost food in the body to maintain on average 60% fluid content that the body needs. Okay. So the body is the body is made of the fluid content in our body is like 60%. Okay. And to maintain that fluid content that this body needs, we need to be taking water often regularly, because the more you take it, the more you are losing it. So that is why it's more important to be replacing it. So the process of replacing it is what we call hydration. So the essence of replacing this water, and the essence of maintaining this fluid content is critically for major importance in the body. For the first one is temperature regulation. Okay. The second one is joint lubrication, and then the third one is nutrient transportation. There are still other importance, but this one are three major. Yes, they are the three key major importance. So when we are talking about temperature regulation, like if the body is exposed to high temperature, like maybe hot sun or even temperature within, we say the next thing the body will do is to produce sweat. So when the moment this body react or respond by producing sweat, you will see that your body will get cool. So that temperature is what is balanced. So that is the essence of taking water. If you don't have enough water, the body will not be able to produce enough water for that will bring and they won't be able to produce enough sweat. So
sorry to cut you there, ma. I've heard that when someone is running temperature, instead of bathing with cold water, you should bathe with warm water, so that I think that's what I heard though, so that by the time you sweat, the body temperature now normalizes and comes down, rather than taking cold water that maybe shock the body or something. I just read something like that, so I'm just trying to place one or two together.
Anyway, the body, the way it regulates its things, when you have a cold temperature, it will react by making the temperature to be hot. So that is when your body is cold. But when your body is hot, it will bring sweat to cool it down. So when you are having high temperature, the best thing to use is, we call it tepid water, ordinary water. Like when you have sometimes when you have patients in the ward, say we just give them those. We don't give them hot water. Anyway, I don't really. Anyway, I don't want to disprove, but you need something to balance it anyway, Sha. Yes, because when hot is coming, you have to
cool it down.
So that is what the body do.
Okay.
So when the body is hot, the body itself will produce water by itself. And when the water is at the body surface, it will cool down the temperature. So that's the essence of taking water, one aspect of it. Then the second aspect is joint lubrication. Our joints is made up of a fluid that they will call synovial fluid. This synovial fluid is more or less 80% water content. Yes, so this water content make the joints to lubricate. It lubricates the joints and it prevents pain. So when you are moving the joints, it will cushion the joints, the cartilages. Yes, it will cushion the cartilages.
Okay.
So it will not allow, let's assume that there's not enough water or there's not enough fluid. When the joint is moving, there'll be a kind of friction, and that is why the person will have pain. So most especially the elderlies. So we advise them to take more water, so that all these cartilages, joint pain, arthritis, and all this form, it will reduce the effect of it. Okay. So for joint lubrication. Then another one is nutrient transportation. All this are very, very essential. We are talking about nutrient transportation, like we are talking about stored food in the body. There's no how food can be transported or nutrient can be transported to the vital organ without the water. So it's the water that transports this nutrient from one organ to the other, from one cell to the other, from the tissue to tissue, just to make sure that the body makes profit. So those are the essence of the three key major importance of taking water. So, and other things are flushing out. Like if we take a lot of things, and it's not everything that we take that is important to the body. We have waste products. So it is this water that flushes it out through the kidney, through sweat, even breathing. So through that we detoxify or we remove waste products. So, and when the body is, you will see that all these things I'm mentioning, it is something that we experience every day. Through urine and all these things. We sweat every day. We urinate. All these things. You see the way we lost food. So the way we are losing food, rather, see the way we are supposed to be taking in water. But what we just notice is that we lose much water, but we don't replace it. You understand? So, and that is the essence of this hydration we are saying. Hydration is replacing the lost water. So because people don't really know the importance of this water, that we need to replace them, is that is the reason why we need to allow people to know. So that they will know that the way you are losing the one you are taking, you still have to be replacing it. Because there's no other way by which you can replace it other than taking water, that is the major way. There are still other way, but this is the major way of replacing this lost fluid in the body. So another thing is digestion. It aids in digesting our food. After eating, some people may not even drink water for over 5 hours. Before they even take another food. Yeah, before you know it, they'll say, I'm having indigestion. Because the one they ate is still there. They still have to put another one. But after eating, you have to drink much water. So when you drink much water, before you know it, you will start to feel hungry no matter what you eat. Yeah, people like me now, like if I take something like bread, or do you see the way or even rice, I will continue. I will be feeling thirsty unnecessarily, or I will be craving for water. I may not even really feel thirsty, but I would like to drink water. And before 1 hour or 2 hours, I'll be hungry again because I took water often, and before you know it, the food is digested. So there won't be any room for indigestion. Then another thing is preventing constipation or lack of water intake can cause something like that. You just feel dizzy, you just see that you are confused, you don't see that you cannot even, maybe you are in class or anywhere you are, you can't just concentrate, you are just confused somehow. Think of taking water. When you're feeling like that, just go and take water. You will be refreshed. So water is good for our brain to function normally. Then at this point, our elderly ones, we really need to encourage them to take water. You will see that when they are getting older, they hate taking water, most especially from 70, 80, 90. They don't like taking water. They don't like it, and they don't even feel thirsty as well. As at that time, we need to encourage them the more because of their brain. Because sometimes when you get to that place, they forget easily. Dementia, you understand? So because most of them don't take water, so we encourage them to be hydrated. See, to take enough water. There are something sometimes it might not even be water at that stage. You can encourage anything, something like tea, something like power, anything that will supply water in the body. Because taking water alone is not easy for them, the elderly ones. So, and there is another one is